Hi, my name is Mark Hadfield, and I've been working with Carl on this project looking at the use of Netbooks. In a classical piece of action research, the first thing we wanted to do was really take some kind of reconnoitre of both the digital habits of the pupils, so we understand what capabilities and experience they had, but also we wanted the teachers themselves to consider what was the potential uses of the netbook, so that it just didn't become an expensive pen. One of the big issues that came out from the initial reconnoitre was how little, in a sense, they had reimagined their classroom, how much they had really considered the potential of the netbook as a piece of technology.
Okay, so what we did with the teachers was we sat down and decided what was doable within their context. So we started to look at how to reconceptualise the way they taught, and we focused on developing independent learning, and this involved looking at next generation user skills. This resulted in teachers having something, a pedagogy with which to hook the use of the netbooks into their actual practice. The results were quite startling in some way. Totally reconceptualised the way they taught, so they became from standing very controlling, standing at the front teachers, to more facilitating, group working, and gave more freedom. And freedom comes up quite a lot in the interviews with the teachers themselves, giving more freedom to the students to give them more choice, and ending up with a more personalised curriculum.
All the head teachers, the deputy heads, the classroom teachers themselves, the support staff, the ICT support staff, their ability to work together to actually implement this form of curriculum change was key. The teachers were under pressure from parents and their own expectations to use these things, but at the same time they wanted to try and use them differently, use them more selectively. Children themselves got their own views from their own digital experiences about what they wish to do, and you also set that in schools with head teachers and others who wish to be seen as innovative and doing something new. So there's a difficult space to find where all those needs and interests aligned effectively, particularly if you're a classroom teacher and you're suddenly faced with everybody in a class having a... How do people, and different people involved in this curriculum innovation, perceive the learning potential of the netbook, so that it was more than just a posh pen and more than simply an access to the internet. And the thing that we settled on, where all these cogs came together, was this notion of the children being given more freedom in presenting their learning in different ways.
Children's uses of ICT outside of school was predominantly around gaming, consumption of content like YouTube and things like that, and also around communication, whereas the use in school was totally different to that. But what the project gave the teachers a role in terms of this process of producing content. So the teachers then had a role to actually teach something that the kids didn't actually know about or know about that well. And so then they could combine and integrate some of the skills that the kids used outside of school, but also then have this role to go through the process of production to a final product and share it with a wider audience of